Welcome to the Massage Life Podcast. My name is Jordan Pearson. I'm a chartered professional accountant, and I'm here with my wonderful wife, Melissa, who's a registered massage therapist, who just moments ago gave me a little lecture about how I'm not supposed to say certain things, and so I'm exercising a great deal of restraint in this moment to not say those things. We're going to be talking about starting a home-based clinic, right? And I want everyone to know that I was a vital participant in this process. That was a little hint at what I got lectured on just a minute ago. Okay, so starting a home-based practice. So you do not have a home-based practice anymore, no. But you did at one point.
Yes,
and
for a short stint.
We renovated our basement. We spent a good amount of money getting that space beautiful and ready, and then when it was all done we were like, screw it.
See ya.
Screw it, let's just move. That's what we did. So our advice to you is pump a ton of money into this project and then just peace out. Just sell your house and move to a foreign land.
Perfectly logical.
Perfectly logical. No, we do have a course though. Do we have a course?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, we have.
I was a part of that course, wasn't I?
So
what's it called? Starting a home-based business practice.
Yes.
Isn't that what it's called?
Starting a home-based massage practice, yes. And it's in conjunction with Amy. And
Amy Redicop.
Yes.
She is wonderful.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah.
She put
we
that
had
together.
so many giggle fests, just the two of us. That's so funny.
Yeah, it's great. So we did like kind of a roundtable discussion where
Yeah.
we did kind of a panel discussion. So we got some different points of view, and then she put together a really great course where it's step by step walking you through things, really practical steps too, not just do this ambiguous thing. So she walks you through the practical side of it, which is really nice.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest frustrations I have about so many courses is that they're too abstract, right? And that's why my GST and my income tax course, I wanted it to be very step by step.
Yeah. This button.
Yeah, like I literally have a section in my GST course, I think we've talked about this before, where it's you now have to click this button and put your information into these boxes and then click next. And this is what you need to do. These are the steps you need to follow. Your direct billing course is another good example. In my income tax course, I have a walkthrough where I show you how to file your income tax return. And I go through every step of the process. Yeah. So I love the course because it really is helpful in that sense.
Yeah. Yeah. So if after listening to this podcast episode, you're like, yes, I need to learn more about this, definitely check out the course at onlinewellness.ca. But yeah, I wanted to just talk about my experience with opening that clinic, why I wanted to do that, what things I struggled with, and yeah.
Okay, take it away. I will have a short nap.
Okay, enjoy your nap. So I first wanted to talk about why I added a home clinic. So I've been a mobile practitioner for several years. Before that, I worked for different clinics. And the reason I shifted to working for myself was, there were several aspects, but the majority of the reasons had to do with having more freedom and more control over my practice and more control over my time. And so at the time when I decided to stop working for a clinic and work for myself, we, like you said, the basement renovation had not been completed yet. So I did not have a space in my home. And so really the only way I could work for myself without leasing out a commercial space was to do mobile. And that was working great. I had done that for several years, but I was getting a little tired of a few aspects about mobile massage. So particularly driving in the winter was challenging. And
in our tiny little red car.
The tiny red car.
That would get stuck
in the snow.
Well, once we finally figured out.
I had the van for a lot of it.
You did. And once we figured out that winter tires are actually a good thing to have, like, wow, you can actually drive in the winter with winter tires? What a novel idea.
Yeah, so there were things like that kind of drove me crazy. And then I also just wanted to maximize my time. I didn't want to have to spend all that time traveling. I was like, well, if I work from home, I can fit in more people in a shorter amount of time. And because at that point I was pretty slammed for clients, I had kind of a wait list of people. And so I thought, okay, why don't I do this? And it really just seemed like the ultimate goal. I thought if I have my own clinic, that's it, that I've made it, I've done it, like
peak success in life.
Yeah.
I can now lay down and die.
Pretty much. And no, it just like became this goal that I wanted, right?
Right.
And so, like you said, we did end up renovating the space, and it looked amazing. It looked so great. I spent time making it really cute down there, and yeah, I was happy to finally have it made, but there were some challenges along the way. So the biggest challenge I found was with municipal licensing. So it's going to look different city to city. A lot of the regulations come from the city or town that you're in. And so the city we were in at the time kind of gave me a hard time. It's a smaller city, and so they maybe didn't have a lot of
the name of said city was Chestermere.
I'm trying to be ambiguous.
Shout out to Chestermere for being ambiguous and terrible.
Yeah, so I just found their processes really confusing. They did not have a very good step-by-step guideline for me to follow, so that made it hard. They did come and do a walkthrough. So once I had it set up, they came and inspected the space. And yeah, he was telling me all sorts of things that I needed. And he said, I think you're going to need exit signs, like escape signs in case of an emergency. And literally the room for the massage clinic was the front. It was right at the front. I'm like, if you get lost leaving this place, then you need some help.
Yeah, go out the only door that's available to you.
So I was like, really? I need the emergency lit exit signs? And he said, I'll have to ask my boss about that one. I was like, okay. But I did need to have a fire extinguisher, like a legit fire extinguisher, which actually looks so funny. Yeah. So I had to have that in my space, and which you can just order from Home Depot. I always thought you'd have to buy that from, I don't know, like the fire hall or something. Like, where do you buy a fire extinguisher? Like, where do you go to buy that? Like an emergency supply store, which do exist actually, but you can just order it from
the fire extinguisher store.
Yeah, there are like safety stores. It's a big thing, safety obviously, but
right.
So I did need that, and I did also need emergency lighting. So lights that would come on if the power went out.
Right.
And that you can also get from Home Depot as well.
And we did, didn't we?
Yeah, we had them installed.
I installed
It was
them.
challenging because you can hardwire them or you can have them plugged in. But if you have them plugged in, there's wires everywhere. Hardwiring it though is...
We had it plugged in.
We had it plugged in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It worked out great.
Yeah, they were actually kind of cool. I was like, this is a great idea because our front entrance actually didn't have any windows. We were in a townhouse. And so it actually is quite
very
dark. Yeah. So if the lights go out...
And I don't think you would have needed those if we had a window on our front door.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyways. So it depends. But anyway, so those were two random things I needed to buy. And then I also wanted to have... Some places have rules about the bathroom that it can't have a towel that more than one person's using.
Right.
So I needed to have paper towel in the bathroom. I've seen some home clinics where they have individual hand towels that they'll wash. So a basket with towels and another basket for dirty towels, and it's just like a little hand towel.
Did the person inspect our bathroom? Because to kind of paint a picture of what the space looked like, you'd come in our front door and then you had stairs going up, and then to the left of those stairs there was the door to the massage space. And so you'd come in there. The only bathroom, well, the nearest bathroom for any potential clients would be up the stairs through the kitchen and then kind of up another set of stairs just slightly. Mm-hmm. And so did he look at that bathroom? Yeah.
So I think that's actually when he got more concerned about the exit signs, because if you were in the bathroom and there was a fire or another emergency, it'd be hard to get out. So yeah, he came and looked in the bathroom. He looked everywhere. He was like looking off the back balcony and stuff. It was kind of crazy, the whole process.
Interesting.
And he was from the city. So he wasn't from Alberta Health Services. It wasn't like a health inspection.
Right.
It was a city inspection. And so, yeah, it was quite the ordeal. But he ended up being like, yeah, it's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
So it worked out okay. I did not need a health inspection. So in Alberta, as of right now, you do not need AHS to come and do an inspection. I guess it was that way in the past, but as of right now, if you are a registered massage therapist and a member of an association, they do not require an inspection. You, of course, are still supposed to follow like cleaning protocols and stuff, but those cleaning protocols are in place by your association. So they kind of assume, hey, if you're with an association, you're good to go. However, if you are also operating any other services like aesthetic services, nails, eyelashes, that you're not part of a governing body, then they do come and do a home inspection.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. So, but it's going to look different province to province, city to city. All I'm saying is they can be challenging to work with, and the guidelines are very confusing. Even the fire extinguisher, I had questions about it. Where does it need to be placed? How big does it need to be? And they said, oh, we can't give you all that information. You need to check the fire code. I even asked my brother-in-law, who's a fireman. I said, okay, what rules do I need to follow with this? And he said, I don't know. The fire code book is like pages and pages long. He couldn't even give me a straight answer. He's like, I don't know. The code,
yeah.
It's so big. It's kind of like the tax code book.
Yeah.
Don't you have some big textbook and it's like how many pages? Thousands of pages.
Yeah.
And so these things can be really hard to find the answers to. And so my advice to it is do your best and then hand it off to the next person, right? Do your best and then let that municipal person say otherwise if there's a problem. But
looks good.
Yeah. 9 times out of 10 they're going to say looks good. And if there's a problem, they're going to say this is what you need to do.
Right.
But
because just to kind of go over the process again. So you live in whatever city you live in, you put in an application with the city to say, hey, I'm running this business. I need a permit or a license. Is it a permit or a license? Are those two separate things?
They're two separate things, yeah.
Okay, so in this case, it was a permit. Right? So you put in an application for this permit. Somebody from the city comes, they do an inspection of your space, and then they tell you these are the things that you need. Mm-hmm. You then supply those things. So in our case, we needed a fire extinguisher. We needed those lights. And then, so we install those things. The inspector comes back and says, looks good, gives you the thumbs up. Here's your permit. Is that essentially how it works?
Essentially, yes.
Okay.
So another part of it is that they do actually send notices to your neighbors. So
did that happen to us?
Yes. So they check with the neighbors to make sure that they're okay with having more traffic in the area.
Right.
And one thing I noticed, at least in Chestermere, is if they have a problem with it, they can rebuttal it, but it's going to cost them, I think it was $250 or $100 or something. It was quite a bit. So if they have a problem, they can fight it. It's just going to cost them a bit.
Yeah, yeah.
So that is standard practice. Some places I've heard, I don't know if they do it as much anymore, but I've heard they'll even put a sign out on your lawn saying this is, there's a permit, a business going to go in here. And then that same thing, it'll have a phone number or something on there. People can call if they want to fight it.
Right.
Another thing that was really important to the city was parking. So I've heard this is a big deal because they don't want it the main thing is they don't want it to disrupt the community.
Yeah.
So if you're having all these cars coming and people are parking in front of others' homes,
yeah,
they're not okay with that. So it was really important for them to have a designated spot for the clients to park. Often you need a driveway or something. They often can't park out on the street.
Right.
And you often need to let them know you're only having one visitor at a time. They're also probably going to have rules about how many people can come per day or per week. There's a lot of regulations.
And again, that's going to vary city to city.
I can't give some blanket statement. It's going to be different everywhere you go.
I'm always so fascinated when I hear rules like that, where if you want to complain, you have to pay $250, right? Because there's always a backstory, right? For sure, they were tired of these petty complaints that were levied against businesses that wanted to start up. So they were like, enough. You now have to pay $250 to complain. We're tired of hearing from the Karens of the world. No offense to all the Karens out there who are actually wonderful people.
I should start doing this technique with the children. If you want to complain about something, you can, but it's going to cost you $5. You don't like dinner? You can tell me, but you owe me $5 now.
I like this idea. How to get ahead in life. Okay.
So yeah, that's a tricky thing. Another hoop you have to jump through if you're renting or if you are in a townhouse complex like we were, is you need permission from the condo board or your landlord.
Right.
So some places might not be okay with it. So even if the city says, yeah, sure, sounds great, if you're renting, your landlord may not want that.
Right.
So make sure. So that's just the biggest part. There's just so many hoops, and it's figuring out what boxes need to be checked off.
But it's worth it, right? In most cases, it's worth it. I look at your experience as a massage therapist over the last 15 plus years. You've worked in clinical spaces, you've worked at spas, you've worked mobile massage, you've worked at home, and without a doubt, at least from our experience, you working for yourself has been way better. Yeah, financially, it's also better just with respect to managing your own life and your own schedule. You're in charge of your own schedule. You have so much more freedom.
Yeah.
I think it's a much better option. Yes, there's greater responsibility and stresses that come with having your own business, but I think it's worth it. I really do.
Yeah, and I think that's the main reason why I may encourage someone to try it, right?
Yeah.
Is it's usually more profitable, and you'll probably have more happiness if you do it versus working for someone else. Not always out. Everyone's different.
Right.
What you're looking for, the stage of life you're in, it's going to be different.
A lot of people can't be bothered with the business side of things.
Yeah.
They just want to go, do their job, collect their paycheck, and leave.
Yeah.
And I respect that.
That's totally fine too.
That's totally fine too.
Yeah.
You have to know what you're getting into, right? These are all of the things that you need to consider. Do you want to take on that burden? If so, here you go, right? And going through the course is a great option, right? You can see everything that is required in order to get your business up and running.
Yeah. And then you can kind of make an educated decision.
Yes.
Right? We often do say things like, just try it out, see how it goes. It's like, okay, but before you make that decision, look at everything that's entailed. Things you're going to have to think about. Home insurance, you're going to have to think about that. You're going to have to think about the home and life balance. Like, how is it going to work with having your family in the home? Like, think about all these things before you jump into it. At the same time, if you try it and you hate it, it's not the end of the world.
Right.
It's a lot less risk than opening a brick and mortar clinic.
Yes. Oh gosh, yes. Yes. Yes.
So it's a good chance to work for yourself without doing anything too crazy. So I wanted to talk about some things that I did in my little space that made it cute and nice, because that was the fun aspect for me, was making it nice. So I made sure I had the table heater. People love that, of course, especially because our space was in the basement, so it's kind of cold down there. So make sure that it's warm enough. I purchased some nice artwork for the walls that was anatomy based. A lot of people have those anatomy posters that are kind of very clinical looking, but I wanted the space to feel a little bit more spa-like. So I put up some nice artwork. I had a little bowl of chocolates. I
ate a lot of those chocolates.
Yes. In fact, Abby told me, our daughter, just yesterday, oh, I used to take your chocolates all the time. I was like, what? No,
it was a write-off.
I would often eat one too when I was like switching over the sheets. You know, it's my little treat at the end of the day.
That's why we've got a little chub on us.
I go to the gym for a little extra time every day.
Yeah. Nothing's wrong with a little chub.
Oh dear.
Oh my god.
What else did I do to make it cute down there? I had a little bin of hair ties if people forgot their hair ties.
Right.
Just small things. Just to make it.
You had some nice artwork on the wall. You already said that, I think.
Yes, I just. So, yeah, and even just having like really nice linens. I don't know. I wanted it to feel not like I just slapped it together. And the other thing I thought we could talk about is how much to charge.
Right.
So a common thing I've heard from people is charging less because you work from home, because your expenses are less. Do you think that's a good idea or a bad idea?
That is a bad idea.
Why would you say so?
Because it is.
Okay, Mr. Accountant.
Well, again...
No, I'm with you. I'm just playing devil's
advocate. It's a bad idea because the market price is what it is, right? It's really interesting. So I work for an HVAC, plumbing, and electrical company. I'm the controller or the accounting manager at this company. And when I joined this business, it was a bit of a novel idea to me that there would actually be things that individuals would be willing to pay a premium for, right? So we install, to give you an example, we install furnaces. That's one of the many things that we do. We install furnaces and we install air conditioners. Well, the prices that we charge are significantly higher than what you can get down the street from another provider. And yet people come to us and they pay those high prices. And we're actually very transparent about the fact that we are charging more than the competitors. Like, remember when Chris, because we had a new furnace installed in our house about a year ago, and we had Chris come into our house. He was the sales guy, and he made that very clear. If you want to come to this business, right? I won't say who it is. You can look it up. It's fine. If you want to come, you're going to pay more, right? And then he made it clear, this is why we charge more, right? And he outlined why we were the better option. And I was sold, right? And I'm sure there's some sales techniques behind that. I just got sold. But like, I really truly believe that we provide a premium service, and that's why we charge more than the competitors. And we are the number one HVAC company in Southern Alberta. And so we're winning, right? It works. When you discount your services to a price that doesn't match or doesn't reflect the market, people are going to question that. Why?
Right.
Why is that? Right? Are you a lower quality therapist? Am I not going to get a good service if I come to you? Are you only charging a lower price because nobody wants to come see you, and so you're just doing what you can to fill your schedule with people, right? Because there are going to be some people that are like, oh, I'll just take the cheapest option, right? Mm-hmm. Well, the cheapest option isn't always the best option, right? You get what you pay for. And so I think massage therapists and any profession out there, you do yourself a huge disservice by discounting your service to a price that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Right? You should charge around roughly what the market is charging. And that was a big shock for us when we moved from Chestermere down to Lethbridge. Chestermere demanded a different price,
right,
than Lethbridge does for various reasons, right? And that was something you really struggled with, because when you started up down here, you were charging Chestermere prices, right? And the justification for that was, I'm providing a premium service, I'm going out to people's homes, and like, it still made sense. Like, logically it made sense. And you did have clients that were in your schedule that were paying those prices, but it wasn't sustainable, right? And then as soon as you brought your prices down to around, I think you're still higher, or maybe around right where what the market is charging now.
I charge more than a clinic does, but yeah.
Yeah, you charge more than a clinic, which makes sense because you're going to people's homes. But the pricing now for you in Lethbridge makes sense. It's reflective of the market, and your schedule is full, right? So yeah, charge what you should be charging. Don't discount yourself. And I get it. Like, and we've talked about this before in another podcast. You may need to provide some discounts early on, which is just a form of marketing, right? If you're discounting your services, you're providing incentives to people so that you can get people through the front door. We do that all the time, right? In our low season selling furnaces and air conditioners, we have discounts because people aren't installing air conditioners, in time of the year when it's not like 40 degrees and scorching hot outside. And so you have discounts so that you can keep yourself busy. So discounts do make sense from time to time, but you shouldn't be pricing yourself out of the market. You need to be charging what makes sense.
Right.
That was a long-winded answer to your question. But
no, it's good. That gives it some good business context for sure. And I think when people say, oh, there's less overhead working from home, yes, that's true, but there is still overhead. You still have a lot of expenses.
Yeah.
Right? And you're taking up valuable space in your home. That space that could be used for a multitude of reasons. And so you're still incurring expenses, and you need to account for that. And yeah, your rate's your rate. Whether you go for a massage at a clinic down the street or a house down the street that has a clinic set up in it, it shouldn't really matter.
Yeah. Yeah, right? Like, okay, yeah, there's less overhead. So why are you giving it to your customer? Wouldn't you rather put that money in your own pocket? At the end of the day, that customer is going to pay what the market is demanding. And so price yourself accordingly and put that money in your own pocket instead of just throwing it out the window.
Right.
It doesn't make sense.
No.
Right?
No. And the service, and what I'm trying to say is like the service is the same. The person's getting a massage. It should be, on par.
Yes.
And I think as long as you're setting up your clinic in a way that makes it look professional and makes it look the same as if, the service should be the same, if not better, than anywhere else they're going. So
yeah.
Don't shortchange yourself, please.
Right. Now there's many facets to that as well that you need to consider, right? If you're going to be pricing yourself the same as the spa down the road, then the service that you provide, to your point, needs to match that.
Right.
Right? I would be upset if I came into a home space and it was just like...
just slapped together. Yeah, you're stepping on Legos to get into the room and
Yeah, the therapist that we go see quite often here in Lethbridge, I love, she's in a little townhouse. Her space is so lovely.
Right, she has a dedicated space.
Right, she has a dedicated space. It's always clean. It's nice. You walk in there. It's cozy. She's got nice artwork on the wall. She's got music. It has a nice smell.
You can always park right out front.
You can always park right out front. Like, it's just perfect, right? Like, she's checking all of the boxes off, right? And so take a good look at your space. And the course is a good example, right? You can see some spaces, and we go through those things that you need to provide, right? There is a cost. You know, you could just set up your massage table in an empty room and be like, all right, line up. And it's like, but it's not cozy. It's not reflective of what you can get at a spa down the road. And so you need to invest some money into making your space accommodating and comfortable for your customers.
Right. So a couple tips that I would give about having people come into your home is having really clear communication with them. So
sometimes it doesn't work.
Oh my gosh, I tried so hard to tell people like where to park. Well, do you think they parked in the spot that makes sense, which was our empty driveway? No, they park in we're in a townhouse complex, park in some rando's parking spot. To say, why are you parked over there? Someone's going to get super mad. The city the random neighbor.
That would happen all the time because... So we lived in unit 99, and then the parking right out in front of our complex, there was a spot that was labeled 99. And so people just assumed, oh, I parked in your spot. And it's like, the 99 parking spot is not mine.
They're parked...
It is stupid.
Yes, they are.
But again, follow the instructions. I told you to park in the driveway.
Yeah.
Right.
So that was tough. The other thing that was tough was often they would come too early. So I tried to only leave them 15 minutes in between because, again, I was trying to utilize my time. And so I had, 15 minutes to kick one person out, switch the sheets, and have the next person arrive. Well, I'd have some random person come 25 minutes early. Ding dong, ding dong, ding. I'm literally in the middle of a massage. It's like the end part where you're working their scalp and they're all relaxed. And the doorbell's ringing. Like, why are they here? So you have to be really clear to tell people only arrive 5 minutes early.
You said, why are they here? Honestly, what am I Scrap the whole podcast.
That's it. Delete it. Start over. We don't edit this podcast, by the way.
Just chuck this iPad across the room.
Just keep going.
That's it. We're getting divorced.
You always wreck my train of thought.
I know. That's what I do best. I'm sorry. You were talking about customers that don't follow instructions. And it's like, okay, this is supposed to be a helpful podcast. You have to just accept the fact that you're going to give clear instructions to people and half of them are not going to listen to you. And you just, you just metaphorically pat them on the head and be like, oh, you helpless poor little soul. Like, come here.
They're there.
Yeah, they're there. It's okay. Anyways. So
just anticipate that. Yeah.
And I'm sure people listening to this are nodding their heads. They're like, oh yes. Right? You encounter that
no matter.
Everywhere.
Yeah, as simple as telling people how to get on the massage table. You come back in and they're like sitting in the corner in their underwear on the chair. And you're like, what are you doing?
Rocking back and forth. It's like, are you okay?
They're like under all the sheets, including the table heater.
Has that ever happened?
They like take out the fitted sheet and crawl under.
They've got the face cradle cover on their head. Oh my gosh.
Did I do it right?
It's like the 3-year-old that's learning to dress himself for the first time, and you come in and it's like, what is happening here? I was like, you get your pants on backwards and your underwear's on your head, and did I do a good job? No, you did a terrible job.
But it's endearing.
Is it?
The clients are endearing too.
They are, yes. I don't know how you do what you do. I love that I just get to go to work and I just put my headphones on and I just listen to EDM like that was a bad.
And type,
and
click,
just like,
click.
click on Excel. And then the worst is when people break my train of thought. And then my train of thought. And then I get snapped back to reality and it's like, oh, I haven't blinked in 30 minutes.
My eyes are dusty.
My eyes are dusty. Anyways, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, starting a home-based business.
Jordan, go back to your napping.
Okay, keeping safe. That's the next thing on the list.
Yes. So the concern people always talk about with
people
mobile
with beards, don't let them in your house. Can't be trusted.
Beard, no.
Bearded people can't be trusted. I'm only saying that because I'm just jealous of people who can grow beards, because I can't. I have the face of a 12-year-old boy.
Does that make you sad?
No, I actually was thinking about this the other day when I was shaving. When I was doing my weekly shaving. And I was like, it's so nice that I only have to shave once a week. The people that have to shave every day, like, how do you even function? Like, no.
I know, I feel like my dad, by the end of the day, he had like a beard by the end of the day.
And it's like,
so scratchy.
What a hard life.
Anyways.
Yes.
Safety and beards don't necessarily go together.
No.
But people always ask about safety, whether it's mobile or a home clinic. Safety is top of mind. And I actually want to do a whole episode on safety, so I'm not going to go in depth right now at all.
Didn't we do an episode?
No, when we talk about mobile, we talked about safety, but I want a separate designated episode just about safety because it is such a big topic. My main advice is to have a safety plan. So you're going to sit down and actually write a document about what are the ways I'm going to keep myself safe. And that may look different for each practitioner. And my main advice things I would have is to try to have someone else in the home if you can.
Yeah.
And also to have some security cameras. You can't have a security camera in the clinic room, but having one at the front entrance outside, at least you have documentation of who's been in your home and when.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. And then just do some sort of pre-screening. Again, that's going to look different for each person, but verify who's coming to your house before they arrive. So you're not just opening yourself up to random strangers arriving. Making sure that you're checking ahead of time, verifying their identity, who they are, and have them fill out the intake form ahead of time. You can find out a lot of information just by doing that.
Just Facebook stuff.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can actually find out a lot online about people, so that is a fine thing to do as well. Yeah,
okay.
So I just wanted to kind of wrap this up by talking about why I don't have a home clinic anymore. So we moved. So we said adios to the nice clinic, and our plan was to open a home clinic in this new house as well. We purchased a home on purpose that had an extra room that I could.
This is the room.
The room we're in right now, which is now our office. And the reason that I decided to not turn this into a massage clinic there's a few reasons. One, it's in the basement through the whole house. So you have to walk through the front entrance, the kitchen, come down the stairs, and walk through our whole basement living area, which is where the kids play. And it's often
chaos.
It's organized chaos, but they're really into Lego right now, and there's often Lego all over the floor, and I love that. I love that they come down here and play. Yeah. But so I don't want to become the mean, nasty mom who's yelling at them all the time to put away their Lego when they're in the middle of a project. Right. And so I just don't want that anxiety over myself or the family. So I don't love that. And then also it was really challenging at the other place. Even though at our other place, the room was really right off the front door, I still had to make sure the front entrance was perfectly clean. I had to make sure the snow was shoveled or leaves were cleared, or like the area was, heaven forbid someone would slip outside on the ice. Like that would not be good. Mm-hmm. So I always had to make sure that it was cleared, that the lights were on, salted. Like it was an ordeal. It took a lot of time and mental energy as well. And then the other part that was stressful was just managing the family. So often you guys would have to leave in the evening to go to piano lessons or whatever, and so it was a lot of in and out. And so me telling you guys to be quiet, or you lecturing the kids like, shh, don't make any sound, that was stressful. And because we were in the basement, you could hear people walking up top. So even if you're just walking, not even running, right, you're like, drop a bowl of marbles or something. Yeah. Just like I don't know why we have bowls of marbles, but you know.
We don't.
It was always random sounds. I was like, what are you doing up there? Yeah. And so that's stressful to manage. To manage the family is tricky. And then also I was doing that 15 minutes in between, but I found it wasn't enough time because sometimes you get someone lingering. I love doing mobile because I can just leave the house. Yeah. Obviously I don't just zip out, but I have control over the timing, the arrival and the leaving. Whereas sometimes clients just talk your ear off, or they're taking forever changing, or I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to get people out the door. Yeah. And then also, like I said, people would arrive too soon. So I probably would have need to change it to 30 minutes in between. But then I might as well just do mobile. If I'm working from home to save myself time, I might as well do mobile, because right now I do 45 minutes in between. It's not that much different. So I'm like, why bother having people come to my house? I know how to do mobile. It's what I'm good at. I've got a routine with it. And so I also was hesitant to invite strangers into the home. I actually feel safer doing mobile because, again, I have a lot of control over things. If someone's aggressive in my home, it's a lot more challenging to get them out of my house versus me leaving someone's home. I keep my phone and my keys in my pocket and I just leave if anything. I've been doing mobile for several years and I've never had to do that, but that is my exit plan.
Right.
So my plan is I will reevaluate in the future. Maybe down the road, I will turn this into a massage clinic once I have a really established clientele. Or maybe I'll lease out a space somewhere else.
Yeah, once our kids just get the hell out of here.
We can turn one of their bedrooms into the massage room.
I'm kidding. We love our kids.
We do love our kids.
Yes, they are good.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's kind of it.
So we talked a little bit about the course, starting a home-based business practice, which if you're interested, you can go to our website, onlinewellness.ca, access the courses page, and it's right there. I did want to highlight a couple reviews that we've gotten on this course. The first 3 are short and sweet. Good for new grads, very informative. This third one was a good course. Okay. But we do have some individuals that wrote a little bit more. So this person said, very thorough guide to starting an at-home practice. The group discussions make starting a solo journey less stressful and less alone. And I can relate to that, right? Like when you're a massage therapist, like it's really just you on an island by yourself and you can kind of feel like you're by yourself. Hopefully, that's why I like that we have this community, right? These courses, people can come hear from individuals that know what they're doing. This girl goes on to say, all 3 instructors have valuable information coming from previous experience. A couple more here. This person said, this is such an amazing course. I'm guessing we all did business management in our end of year in massage college, but a lot of us are now, after graduating for years, getting into our own practice. This is very helpful, right? That's an interesting point, because a lot of massage therapists, you go to school, you come out of school, and you just work in a clinical space, right? And then it's not until, for you, 10 years down the road where you decide, hey, I want to do my own thing. Well, at that point, you've forgotten everything that you may have learned in massage school. Not saying anything about putting the quality of the business education aside, right? I mean, it's been a long time.
Yeah,
so
that's interesting.
And then one last review here. This person says, this course was the push I needed to make the decision to open a home-based practice. The flow and organization of the course was great. It helped me step-by-step plan and prepare my next step. Such great content and amazing value, right? So it's a longer course. We've put a lot of time and energy into that course. I really think it is great. It's video-based, it's interactive, there's lots of helpful resources. And so if it's something that you're interested in, go and check it out. If you use the discount code podcast, you'll get 10% off. The code is just podcast. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Yep. So. And that code is good for all of our courses. Podcast will give you 10% off. Right. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Any other embarrassing stories or any other updates you have?
No, nothing right now.
Okay, we'll save it for next time.
Okay.
Okay, see you later. Love everyone.
Love ya.
Thank you so much for listening. If you'd like to stay in touch, you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. We've included the links to these in the show notes. Also, be sure to check out our website, onlinewellness.ca, if you need any continuing education credits. All of our courses have been approved by massage associations across Canada. Anyways, we'll catch you next time.